I don't know why people feel the desire to watch me film my YouTube videos, but they are, and I can literally see him staring at me through the window and it's very awkward. So I don't know what this clip is gonna be. Okay, he's walking away now. Nope, he's still looking. This is really awkward for me, but it's totally fine. Hello, my friends. Welcome back to my YouTube channel. Thank you so much for all of your support and feedback and like nice comments I've received recently. Like, y'all are so great, so supportive. I've just been like so nervous to start this journey on YouTube, and I've gotten so many good comments that like my editing's good, you like the style of video, you like the length of video, you like the longer form content, which makes me really excited and makes me more excited to also film content for you. So I'm very excited for all of this and this journey that is to come and the videos that I still have planned to do. Today's video is going to be a get to know me / answering questions that I've been receiving a lot, and also I'm going to be answering them while I get ready for a Zolita concert. I am going to go see Zolita tonight, which I'm so excited about. I don't like know Zolita that well, but I know Zolita enough to the fact that I wanted to go to her concert, so I'm very excited for that. I don't know what I'm wearing though, and that's the stressful part because the theme of the tour is like pageant queen vibes. People are wearing like stunning dresses, sashes, crowns, like they're going up and dressing to the nines, and I will not be doing that. However, since I have been incorporating more feminine pieces into my wardrobe and I bought heels last week for Fletcher, I decided to go and buy a skirt for this concert. I have not bought a skirt probably since I last bought heels, which is like 2017, and I'm just very excited to try to create an outfit with a skirt and heels and see how I feel in it. And I feel like a concert's the perfect time to try out an outfit that makes you uncomfortable because it's a concert and it's like an event and it's something that you get dressed up for. So I'm going to do my makeup, do my hair, answer some questions, and then we'll get dressed for the concert and attempt to style a skirt and heels. I literally don't know what else I'm wearing but a skirt and heels, but I can't just wear a skirt and heels. I have to wear more than that, so we're gonna figure that out together. So obviously I've never filmed one of these videos before. I'm not really sure the structure or style to do so, but we're just gonna kind of make it up as we go, and I'm also sorry if I ramble because I am a rambler, so I'm just gonna try to get to the point of these questions, but if I ramble and go on tangents, I'm sorry, but maybe you're welcome depending on what you like. First of all, I'm gonna be going in with my Peace Out Instant Pore Perfector. This is like the only kind of primer that I have, so I'm gonna be using this, and I'll just tell you basic information about me. First being, my name is Sade. I am 27 years old, which is hard for a lot of people to believe. People think that I am literally in high school. I'm not. I'm 27, turning 28 in March, which is wild to me that I'm almost 30. Shout out to my skincare routine. I use Kiehl's products. Kiehl's is the best. I love them forever. They got me on their PR package a while ago and I haven't been taken off of it, so please, Kiehl's, keep me on it because you are taking care of my skin in a way that I thought I never could. I live in New York City. I was not born here. I was born in Montana, yeehaw country, but raised in Palm Springs, California, which is where I get a lot of like my city life from and like being drawn to cities, because some people when they find out I'm from Montana, they're like, why'd you move to New York? They are so different. But I was raised in Palm Springs, close to LA, so I've just always been a city person. So now I'm in New York City, and people always ask me what I do for work. It's not just social media. Social media doesn't pay the bills, not even close. Like, I don't get paid even close to paying my bills when it comes to social media. It pays like pennies, honestly. It's not great. But I do have an actual day job. I work on Broadway as a theater front of house staff member. I do more management side of things. I went to college at the University of Montana for stage management. I got a BFA in stage management and a BFA in costume technology. I really would love to get back into stage management, but now is just not the time of my life to make that big of a career move. I'm looking into it though. I'm looking into kind of switching back from front of house to behind the scenes, but we'll see. We'll see what life has to hand to me. But that's what I do to pay the bills, to pay the rent, and social media honestly is just my creative output that I have to do on my free time. Another question people always ask me is how did I get into content creation? And honestly, it starts back in I think my sophomore year of high school. I've always been watching YouTube. I've been a YouTube watcher since I was very young. I always preferred YouTube over TV. So I was constantly watching content creators, and I just was like so like just excited about it and the thought of doing content creation myself. So when I was a sophomore in high school, I would sit my little like crappy phone down, just film fake YouTube videos that will never ever see the light of day because I never pressed record. But I would sit down and film like fake like what I got for Christmas tags and fake get to know me's, and it's just like something I always wanted to do. So when the pandemic came and shut everything down and I was out of work because I worked on Broadway, I decided, you know what, I'm just gonna try TikTok. I don't know what this app is, but we're gonna try posting on it and kind of see what comes from it. And it ended up being like the main reason why I was able to get through the pandemic, because I was by myself in an apartment. It was just me and my cat, and I had like no friends. I was new to the city and the world had just shut down. So I went to social media and just started posting on TikTok, and it became something bigger than I ever imagined, and it's just been fun, and I've kept with it ever since. It's just something that comes natural to me and something that I love. I love editing, I love filming, I love the creative output of it, and it's just been something really fun that I stuck with since 2020. Also in college, I did film videos that are on YouTube. They are privated, so don't even go try looking for them. But maybe one day I'll do like a show you my old YouTube videos. I think I have like 4 or 5 of them up. They are so embarrassing, like literally so embarrassing. I watched them the other day and I was like, Sade, oh my God. It's so like cringe, but we have to start somewhere. And I guess technically that was my start, because I posted them on YouTube for the world to see, and I had like 17 subscribers. I had like 30 views on my videos, and it made me very excited. So it's kind of fun to get back into YouTube and like do it with intention and do it with like the background and knowledge that I've created through other social media platforms. Okay, so my basic makeup is set. I have primed, I have moisturized, I have put on my BB cream. Now we're gonna move on to the eyes. I'm going to curl my eyelashes. I need to look in the viewfinder for this. Hopefully I don't like hurt myself. I'm always afraid I'm gonna rip my eyelashes out. Maybe I should not be looking in the viewfinder for this. I do have a mirror right here, so just give me 1 second, okay? Because the last thing that I need is to like absolutely destroy my eyelashes. Eyelashes are curled. So I went on a bit of a tangent there. I forgot to mention, my pronouns are they, them, and I am non-binary. People ask me a lot of questions about being non-binary, so let's get into those questions. So the most frequently asked question I get when it comes to my gender identity is, how did you figure out you were non-binary, and do you have any advice for figuring out your gender? So I, growing up, have always felt like I didn't fit into the binary of genders. I didn't feel like a girl, I didn't feel like a boy. I remember vividly in middle school during PE class, we would split up the boys and girls, and I just didn't feel like I belonged in either group. Like anytime the classroom had to split in half according to gender, I just kind of felt like I was in the middle going, I don't know where I fit in, because I was born a girl, but I feel more like a boy, and I've always been like one of the boys. Like people have always considered me like, you're one of the boys, you're a bro, and I just didn't know where I fit in terms of the gender binary. But I didn't have the verbiage for it back then in middle school, but I felt it. I just didn't really know what those feelings were. So I suppressed them, as one does, and kind of became this hyper feminine person all throughout high school and college. And eventually, during the pandemic, I sat myself down and I was like, Sade, you are not a girl and you are not a boy. What does this mean for you? So I was watching a lot of TikTok, and I discovered that non-binary was a gender that people were identifying as when they felt separated from the gender binary, and for a variety of reasons. And so I looked into it, looked up what is non-binary, how do you know you're non-binary, signs of being non-binary, like basically how I felt when I looked up like, am I a lesbian, am I gay? I was doing that for like, am I non-binary? Taking am I non-binary quizzes. Those exist, y'all. And it's kind of like, am I a lesbian quiz? If you take it, you probably are, because you're curious enough and questioning it enough to take the quiz and to look it up, that you probably are. It's like, when I was looking up, am I a lesbian? Like, I knew I was a lesbian, but I just needed some sort of validation. That's what I did when it came to figuring out my gender identity. I was just like questioning. Deep inside, I was like, I'm pretty sure I'm non-binary, but I just needed some sort of validation from the internet, which is weird, but during the pandemic, that's all I had. All I had was my relationship with the internet, because I was, again, in my apartment by myself with my cat, and my cat can only help so much. She can't really speak to me, but she can provide me emotional support. So it's a feeling that I've always had deep down, and then looking on the internet for advice, I would watch a lot of coming out videos of people coming out as non-binary and sharing their experiences, and I just saw myself in those people. I was like, I relate to you, I feel you, yes, I agree to all of this, we are the same. And eventually I just was like, you know what, screw it, gender is so fluid, gender expression is fluid, and also labels change. Labels change over time. There was a point in my life that I thought I was straight, and I changed my label because turns out I'm a lesbian. I am not straight at all. So I also didn't put too much pressure on myself for labeling myself. I was just like, you know what, I feel right now in my life that I identify as non-binary, and if that changes, it changes, and there's nothing wrong with that. So my advice to you is that if you're trying to figure out your gender identity, play with labels. Also, same thing goes with pronouns. Play with pronouns. Find a close friend, a family member, and ask them to play with different pronouns for you and just see what feels right. I did that when I was considering, am I she, they? Am I they, them? Am I they, he? Like, I didn't really know. So I had a really close friend of mine try out different pronouns on me, and I just knew when they were using they, them pronouns for me that felt right. So that's kind of how I discovered it. And my advice, literally do not put too much pressure on yourself. If you label yourself as something, you could be wrong. And that's okay. I mean, the doctors said that I was a girl when I was born, and they were wrong. So if they can be wrong, so can you. You are living your life, and you need to live your life the way that you want to. Yes, it might be difficult, and yes, there might be some hard conversations with people when it comes to coming out and having people accept and try to get them to understand your pronouns and identity. But at the end of the day, you will find a community that accepts you and loves you, and it'll be so worth it. Okay, that question was a little deep, so we're gonna take a pause and we are gonna do my eyeshadow. I'm not really sure what the vibe is going to be for my outfit, so I don't really know what to do for eyeshadow, so I think I'm just gonna keep it simple, keep it plain. I have a couple of choices. I'm just gonna use my Urban Decay Naked Petite Heat palette that I've literally had since I'm pretty sure college, and it's so old and gross, but I barely used it, so I think I'm just gonna go into this. I don't know which color to use though. If I'm going neutral, I could do more like a brown. I'm pretending like I even know how to do this. We're just gonna try it out and hope for the best. I think I'm just gonna go with the brown color, Hot Spell. And if it looks bad, then it looks bad. It's not that deep. It kind of just looks like a bronzer, which is honestly what I normally do for eyeshadow. If I'm unsure what to do, I'll just take my bronzer and I'll put it on my eyelid. Do we think that's cute? I can't really tell. It's gonna be dark in there. It's like for Fletcher, I put the completely wrong color of eyeshadow on my eyelid, but it was so dark that I was like, literally the last thing people are gonna be paying attention to is my eyeshadow, so it's not that deep. I feel like it could be better. I feel like it could be worse, but we've already put it on my eyelid, so I guess that's just what we're going with. We're just gonna put that on for now, and I think I'm gonna add some mascara while I'm here. I just got this one. I've never tried it before. Sky High Lash Sensational Maybelline. I always get waterproof mascara, fun fact about me, and it's not because I cry a lot, it's because I yawn a lot, and whenever I yawn, I am just like crying tears. I don't know what's wrong with me or what causes that, but it's really kind of annoying because whenever I'm tired, people just think I'm crying. I don't know how I feel about this mascara. I think it looks pretty, but it's kind of weird to apply. Okay, so the mascara is done. I kind of hate the way that the eyes look, but it's honestly not that deep, and it's only 1:25, and I literally have until 6 o'clock to get ready. But we are gonna continue the questions. The next question that I get a lot, especially in my DMs, is people asking me for advice on how to come out, and I'm just gonna be transparent here. I don't know, because when it came to being a lesbian and coming out for my sexuality, I remember I told my friends really simply because I was excited to change my like Tinder from men to women, and I was drunk, so it made it a lot easier. But for my family, my twin told me that she was pregnant, and I said, oh my god, guess what? And she was like, what? And I was like, I have a surprise for you too. And she's like, are you pregnant too? And I was like, no, I'm gay. And she was like, okay. And I was like, no, I get to be like the lesbian aunt I've always wanted to be. This is very exciting for me. So she took it really well. And then for my little sister, I called her right after my twin and was like, hey, Nellika, I'm gay. And she was like, well, yeah, I knew it. And I was like, how'd you know? And she goes, you're literally a walking stereotype of a gay person. And I was like, do not stereotype me, but also you would be correct. And then when it came to my family, I got outed. Somebody outed me to my family, and they just called me one day and they were like, hey, so we have a question for you. And I was like, okay. And they were like, are you gay? And I was like, yes. So I didn't really come out to my family in that way. I did come out to my grandmother before she passed away as a lesbian, and her response was really difficult for me. I sat her down and I said, I have something to tell you. And she goes, what? And I was like, well, you always ask about my dating life. I am not dating a boy, but I'm dating a girl. And she literally said, I love you, but I don't accept you. And I burst into tears because this is the grandmother that like is my everything. I have multiple tattoos for her. I love her to death still to this day. Before she ended up passing away, she did apologize to me and says that she just wants to make sure that I am happy. But it was like a really hard and terrifying coming out for me, because her looking at me and saying, I love you, but I don't accept you, was like a knife to my chest. I was like, oh, that, and I just burst into tears. It was really difficult for me, and that's a reason why I hate coming out to people. And this is where it gets a little more complicated. Coming out as non-binary was something, and is still something, that I absolutely hate doing. I'm gonna be really honest with you all. I do not come out to people. When I came out as non-binary, it was through TikTok and through the internet. I changed my pronouns one day and I posted a video, and I kind of sent it out to the internet, and some of my family followed me, and I said, if you see it, you see it, and if you don't, you don't. But I will never correct you on my pronouns or come out to you because I'm just too nervous. So you might ask me, Sade, how in the world do people know what pronouns to use for you if you don't come out to them as non-binary or correct them on your pronouns? And that is simply, if you follow me on social media, you know. If my closest friends have told you, you know. If I'm dating you, you know. Or if you saw me on a dating profile, then you know. I still have too much anxiety to look somebody in the eyes and say, hey, actually, I'm sorry, my pronouns are they, them, if you could please use them for me. Thankfully, I surround myself with incredible people who are willing to correct people for me and ask me, hey, Sade, I noticed you don't correct people on your pronouns. Is it okay if I do it for you? And like, that just means the world to me. I have such bad anxiety. I just can't get myself to do it. So if you can, surround yourself with awesome, amazing people who are the biggest allies ever and will correct people for you. Because I will fully be in a conversation with somebody and somebody will misgender me and my friend will go, they, them, they, them, Sade uses they, them pronouns, and I'll just be there like, yeah, sorry. I hope any of that made sense. I started to ramble again. I'm a rambler, but now we're gonna do my eyebrows. I don't do anything special. I literally just have like an e.l.f. eyebrow brush. It's literally brown, just like my eyebrows, and I just go through and I brush them through. I have really thick eyebrows, but there are like a few gaps and it is a bit lighter in some areas. It look even, looking in the mirror. It looks good enough, and that's what my makeup routine usually consists of, is it's good enough. It's fine, it's fine. I can deal with it. Now to a very controversial question, and that is, Sade, you are a lesbian, but you're also non-binary. How is that possible when lesbian is for women loving women only? And my answer for that is, do your queer history. The lesbian community historically has always included gender non-conforming and non-binary people. If you look into the history and you do one quick Google search, it'll give you so much information about it. There have been butch lesbians, gender non-conforming lesbians, non-binary lesbians. A lot of masculine lesbians back then were non-attached to gender but presented more masculine, and they might not have had the verbiage or words for it, but it is something that has always existed. And in my personal opinion, the WLW thing really came to exist and be during Tumblr. I feel like that's when it popped off because everyone was like hashtag WLW, and like it just became a big stereotype of the lesbian community. Lesbians have always included non-binary people, and if you choose not to include us, then that's on you, not on me. I've done my lesbian history and I've always identified as a lesbian. It's the label that feels right for me, and that's also going on a little bit of a tangent here. Why are we putting such strict rules on labels and like forcing labels to have such specific definitions? Because I feel like labels have turned into this thing that's like, if you don't identify as XYZ, then you can't identify this way. And that just really bothers me, because the whole English language and every language is made up, and we made it up and we put definitions to words to help us better understand things. But definitions are constantly changing as we evolve as humans, because we are very different in 2024 than we were back in the 1930s and the 1700s. Like, we are very different humans than we were back then, and vocabulary changes, new words come up to exist, and definitions change. I am just a firm believer, and you can never change my mind, that the lesbian community includes non-binary people, and I identify as a proud non-binary lesbian. Also, if you look up the colors and the meanings of the lesbian flag, you will see that there is a color that represents people like me. Also, the creator of the lesbian flag is a non-binary lesbian, so like, it's just, we've always been included, we've always been there, you've just not been wanting to see us or hear us out. So I just would love and kindness would please ask you to do your queer history, especially your lesbian history. I feel like I've talked a lot about my gender expression and gender identity, so now we're gonna go on to my lips. And for my lips, literally all I use is this AF94 clear lip shine lip gloss. So I literally just put this on. I'm not really like a lipstick person. I'm not a lipstick lesbian. I'm a lip gloss chapstick lesbian. So I feel like that kind of completes the makeup look. It's nothing spectacular, nothing really different than I did for Fletcher, but this is my little makeup routine. Now we're gonna move on to my hair and continue on with questions, but I feel like I've talked enough about like my gender and sexuality, so we're gonna move on to other questions. My hair routine is most extensive at night. I shower every night and do my full hair routine, and if you're interested in that, I have posted a TikTok video going through my entire hair routine step by step as I'm doing it, But if you want a longer, more in-depth video on it, I can for sure do a YouTube video on it. But since I already washed my hair last night and did my hair routine post-shower, all I'm gonna do today is do my Cantu Comeback Curl Next Day Curl Revitalizer Spray and then hairspray it into place. These two products are my everyday hair products, and then I have a lot of like every night hair products as well. A question I've been getting a lot is, are you single? I'm dating. There's that. Do I want to go into it? Not really, because every time I talk about my dating life on the internet, it turns into a wildfire, as we've seen with my ex. So we're not going to be talking about my dating life much online, but I'm going on dates. I'm doing little dates. I'm going on them. We're trying out here. That's all I'm gonna say on that. Another question I get asked literally all the time is about my twin. Are you fraternal? Are you identical? Are you the same? Are you different? What's her life like? What's your life like? My twin and I are fraternal twins. We are 7 minutes apart. She was born first, I was born second. And if you actually want to know more about her, she's going to be here literally this week. I'm so excited. My next video is actually going to be vlogging with me and my twin as we go around and explore New York City. It's her first time ever to New York City, and I'm very, very, very excited for her to be here. And if you have any questions specifically for us as twins, please leave them in the comment section, because I can ask them to her. I can do like a twin tag. I don't know, like twin videos. What do people do with like when they're a twin on YouTube? I know I want to do a vlog, because since she's never been around New York City, it'll be like fun to have that memory of us and that video for us to have forever, but also for y'all to see a little bit more of the city and for us to do like more of the touristy things. I feel like y'all might enjoy that. But if you have any specific questions or video ideas for us to do together, please comment them down below, because she will literally be here in just a few days. Also, for my hair, since I am feeling and dressing a little more femme today, I feel like I want to do like the more of a dramatic side part. Ooh, it kind of parted itself nicely. I had somebody the other day say, Sade, why is your hair so long? It looks like you belong in the 80s. And honestly, like, thank you. Thank you for that. Because growing out my hair has been a process and a half. Like, my hair typically grows fast, but I'm also struggling because I did have an undercut / still do have an undercut on both sides, just not in the back. And it's like, it's getting long. I'm just honestly struggling with what to do with my hair. I feel like I'm liking it this length, but like, do I grow it longer? Do I keep it this length? What do I do? I don't want to go shorter. That's for sure. I do not want to go shorter. I am loving the long hair. I guess I'm just gonna keep growing it out and see what happens. But like, do we think this is cute? I need to look in like the actual mirror. Let me pull my full length mirror over. Okay, this is kind of cute. Let me get it styled, and then we're gonna hairspray it. And then it's like outfit time, which is crazy because I'm a little nervous for that. Okay, this is what I think I'm gonna hairspray it as. And by I think, I know, because I'm tired of this. I think I need to hairspray it a lot, because the concert doors don't even open until 7 and it is 2:01. So we have some time that this hair needs to sit and stay in place. And one thing about my curls is that if I don't hairspray them, they will flatten in no time. Probably, I think it's because the humidity here. The humidity just messes up my hair. This is so much hairspray, I'm gonna like gas myself out. Okay, I think this is cute. It's a lot like fluffier over here than I would normally do, but also the outfit that I'm wearing is something I wouldn't normally do. And again, it's for a concert, so I feel like for concerts you can get away with this kind of stuff. My roommate taught me this trick to like squeeze in the center and it'll like fix that little like dip I have. Okay, how's that? Do we look cute? Now it's time for the outfit. Also, I'm gonna be vulnerable and honest with y'all, because that's what I do on the internet. I feel a little insecure with my bringing out my feminine side of me again. I think it's because when I was really feminine, a lot of trauma happened to me. So when I'm like introducing these feminine pieces back into my wardrobe, or like I do my makeup like I would in college, it brings out and back the memories of all the traumatizing things that have happened to me. And that's just something I'm working through. So like, I'm being brave, not only because I'm like going outside in a skirt, but I'm also being brave because I'm showing myself and proving to myself that I can wear and dress and look a specific way, and it doesn't have to be associated with my trauma. And yeah, I just felt like I had to share that because I'm really honest on the internet, and I'm always really honest with y'all. That's also why I'm really proud of myself for going out and buying heels and skirts and wearing makeup and facing my fears by going out in public looking like this. So I'm just proud of myself, and that was just a little vulnerable moment I decided to share with y'all. Okay, now it's time to put on the skirt. The skirt that I got is from Aritzia. This is what it looks like. It's like their 90s skirt. I did not want to spend the money at Aritzia for this, especially since it's like primarily for a concert. However, I had the idea to wear a skirt last night at like 1 in the morning, and I looked online for like every store in Manhattan, and Aritzia was the only store that had a black denim skirt in my size in stock, ready for pickup. So I went and picked this up this morning, so we are going to create an outfit with this skirt. Okay, this is what the skirt looks like. It's a little big on me, which is a little unfortunate because it means I can't wear it without a belt. But we have a belt, so I'm gonna put that on, and then I think I have 3 different kind of vibes or outfit ideas I wanna go for, but first we're gonna get this skirt set, and the heels are already on, so this is the combo that we're working with right now. Okay, skirt is on with the belt. I put it at this length specifically so that you could see my little shark tattoo peeking out, because I love when that little shark shows. But this is the skirt, this is the vibe we're going for. Now the hard part, which is completing the outfit. So I chose 3 different shirts that will create completely different vibes and completely different outfits based on which one I choose. The first one is this shirt, which I wear to concerts all the time with just like a lace bra underneath. So I have this option. I could go with a basic plain white cropped t-shirt, or if I'm feeling really like I want to be like I'm a lesbian, I could go with this shirt. So we're gonna try all of these on and see which one works the best and which vibe I wanna go for tonight. This is option number 1 with the skirt. I think it is very cute and definitely something that I would wear on an everyday basis, but is it concert enough? Let's try on the other ones and then I will decide. This is option number 2, which I think would be cute for a concert that's not Zolita, maybe something more like Demi Lovato in her rock phase, but yeah, it's cute. It's just not the vibe for this concert at all. Listen, if you want to come out without having to say you're gay, just wear this fit. Like, honestly, I think that this is not the fit as well for tonight. I think I'm gonna go with fit number 1. I just feel like this concert, I don't need to. Outfit number 1 is back on, but now I'm considering jackets. This one is giving like a 90s, 80s vibe to the fit, and this one would be more like in my version of like concert fit because I always wear this leather jacket to concerts. What do we think? Which one do you like better? I'm genuinely curious. I know the concert will be long over by the time this is posted. What do we think? I feel like I need to try them both fully on. Now that the leather jacket is on, I'm gonna go with the denim jacket just because, I don't know, I just feel like this isn't the vibe. I feel like the denim skirt with the leather and then the like leather, it doesn't work, it doesn't fit the vibe. So we're gonna put on the denim jacket again and then we're done. Do we like the outfit? This is the completed look. I really love the glasses. Normally I feel like glasses absolutely ruins the outfit, but I feel like it like elevates the look on this specific fit. This is the full fit. I feel really cute and I feel like it's a good introductory into bringing skirts back into my wardrobe. I hope that y'all liked this video and that I answered some of the questions, but if you have any specific questions, you can leave them in the comment section and we can have a discussion down there. But anyways, I hope that you have a wonderful day or night whenever you're watching this. Again, please, 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 if you haven't already, hit the subscribe button, like the video, and leave a comment down below. I love you so much, friends.